Hello. By now, you've probably gone through a few of the videos that I produced from this series called Work Gigs for a Fractured Economy, a compiled digital series for working class communities by Dr. Tiffany A. Flowers. So when I started this series, I wanted to make sure that I made people aware of gigs. So again, and I'll keep reiterating this, I come from the working class, and I've been working gigs ever since I, kind of worked my way through college. And the thing about gigs that people need to understand is that gigs are great for ensuring that you get a steady paycheck. Uh, but the one thing that I really liked about gigs was I could work more hours at certain gigs, and then I could get multiple checks that were coming in, and I timed it where I was getting a check every week. And so, it's really important for you all to understand kind of the long-term checks where you get checks that where you're paid monthly. Sometimes some of the jobs, if they turn into full-time, could be a job with benefits as well, like healthcare. And it's really important that you understand kind of the benefits that you get from different jobs. So I'll be talking about that throughout the series as well. So the current job market realities include more layoffs are looming, and a lot of people are trying to figure out what they're going to do. This is actually from Fortune magazine on October 28, 2025. I try to make sure that I include information like this because I want everybody to really start to have more media literacy and start to read from more reputable sources. Additionally, the magazines and newspaper periodicals that mention or that talk about layoffs, typically the AI algorithm picks that up and they advertise jobs on those same websites. So even if you don't see within this series jobs that you're interested in, if you go to the pages where I'm pulling these articles from in order to help kind of anchor this series and provide some necessary background as well as some of the data for this series, you'll be able to find jobs that are advertised on those same pages. So just please keep that in mind. All right, take care. So if you haven't had a chance to actually view this series and you stumble across this particular video, I want you to make sure that you go back and watch gigs 1 through 9 because there might be a gig there that you might be interested in that you could work toward in a very short amount of time so that you can get employment in that area. So gig number 10 is paraprofessional. Now this is from my field of education, so I know that some states require certification and others do not. You might also see paraprofessional listed as teacher assistant, so just make sure that you're looking at the right one. Sometimes teacher assistants actually get paid less than parapros in some states, so make sure that you are uh, applying for the ones with the higher pay. The rate of pay is $13 to $30 per hour. You can work for a private daycare or a public school system. The qualifications are you need a high school diploma or a 2-year degree. You need to be professional and be able to pass a background check. You need to be able to follow directions. You also need to have the ability to work with children one-on-one or in small groups. So typically, excuse me, the hours are 7 to 3. You don't have any planning uh, responsibilities. So after you help the teacher set up and clean up the classroom, you can leave for the day. And so what a lot of people do is they leave, they go home and rest, and then they might pick up a gig on the weekend that helps them supplement their pay. And this is a great gig if you're thinking about a second career in education. I always have a lot of students who come out of real estate and they're like, hey, can I get employed in this field? And they're coming in from real estate with a 2-year degree. And I'm like, absolutely. You just have to make sure that you pass whatever certification you have to take, and then you can go apply and you can work. And sometimes there are parapro to teacher programs. And so a lot of my students are often interested in this particular area because it also is a good resume booster, which helps them get entree into the profession, and then long term they can continue to advance from parapro to teacher to assistant principal to curriculum specialist to district person to consultant. There's tons of ways that you can kind of take this experience and really parlay it into an area of education after you start to get more education with it. Also, one of the benefits is that a lot of districts actually do pay for you. They reimburse you for classes that you take while you're working there. So it's a lot of benefits to being a parapro. Where to find paraprofessional gigs. So you can find gigs on Indeed, LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, and most of all, you can find them on school district human resource pages. Now, typically, when you find these on the sites, what I do recommend is after you apply for the position that you follow up with the school district with either an email or a phone call, because with the districts being down professionals right now, if you can pass a background check, you've applied for the position, they do what's called onboarding next. So some of the districts are doing monthly job fairs where they're hiring for different types of classified positions, staff positions, and I'll talk more about some of those positions that they're hiring for. And you can get onboarded sometimes within 2 to 4 weeks. So you want to make sure that you follow back up with the district to see if they filled those positions, because they are looking for people who kind of have the aptitude of being able to work with children. All right, stay tuned for more in this series. Looking for more information, please check out the links in the description section for job opportunities. You will find online forums, websites, and agencies which offer opportunities. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content at Tiffany A. Flowers. And thank you so much for following my public scholarship and service. Take care.